2019. Welcome to the Boox And More shelf help channel, as I like to call it, where I'll be sharing stories that I read that got me thinking and that hopefully will move you as well. So the book and story for today, it's a bit of an odd one. I'm pretty sure that you haven't heard from it before. It's a book that I heard from at a show from Louis' house. He was interviewing Bob Proctor. So the book is actually from Price Pritchett and it's called You². So it's a high velocity formula for multiplying your personal effectiveness in quantum leap. I know, what a title. It's a very difficult title, I know, but actually what it talks about, it talks about taking quantum leaps, huge moves forward instead of just a normal incremental steps forward. So I thought it was pretty interesting. And it's also a good read for people that want to read but don't like to read big books, because this is, as you can see, it's a pretty small book. It's only 36 pages, large letters, a lot of quotes in between. Yet, on the other hand, it's pretty high level. So it means, there are a lot of nice concepts in it. But if you're really into practical tips, then maybe this is a bit too high level for you. But yeah, it's only 36 pages, so why not give it a try, I would say, right? But let's just talk about the story of today and of this book, You². It's really the first story in the book, and it's already a very good one. It immediately was an intriguing story for me, so let's just fly in. A true story. I'm sitting in a quiet room at the Millcroft Inn, a peaceful little place hidden back among the pine trees, about an hour out of Toronto. It's just past noon, late July, and I'm listening to the desperate sounds of a life or death struggle going on a few feet away. There's a small fly burning out the last of its short life's energies in a futile attempt to fly through the glass of the window pane. The whining wings tell the poignant story of the fly strategy. Try harder, but it's not working. The frenzied effort offers no hope for survival. Ironically, the struggle is part of the trap. It is impossible for the fly to try hard enough to succeed at breaking through the glass. Nevertheless, this little insect has staked its life on reaching its goal through raw effort and determination. This fly is doomed. It will die there on the wings. Across the room, 10 steps away, the door is open. 10 seconds of flying time, and this small creature could reach the outside world it seeks. With only a fraction of the effort now being wasted, it could be free of this self-imposed trap. The breakthrough possibility is there. It will be so easy. Why doesn't the fly try another approach, something dramatically different? How did it get so locked in on the idea that this particular route and determined effort offer the most promise for success? What logic is there in continuing until death to seek a breakthrough with more of the same? No doubt this approach makes sense to the fly. Regrettably, it's an idea that will kill. Trying harder isn't necessarily the solution to achieving more. It may not offer any real promise for getting what you want out of life. Sometimes, in fact, it's a big part of the problem. If you stake your hopes for a breakthrough on trying harder than ever, you may kill your chances for success. So this story is actually a great analogy for how we always are trying, we as a species are always trying harder when things get tough, and we think that if we work more, if we work longer hours, if we get up earlier, we stay longer at work at night, we just really grind harder because we think that will get us through a problem or just get us closer to our goal. So that's actually what we do, and it's normal. That's what I would also think as well. Now, what is Price Pritchett actually saying is that trying harder not necessarily will give you results faster. And specifically in chapter 5, Quit Trying Harder, he describes it with a very good quote, and I will just read it from the book. It says, "More of the same usually just gives you more of the same." Yeah, true, makes sense. But I was thinking at first with this concept of not working harder at specifically to get to your goals faster, and I was like, no, maybe I don't agree with this, because I do believe that if you work harder, that you will get to your goals faster. I do think it's necessary to achieve your goals. But then I was reading the story again, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe he has a point, and it does make sense, because if, for example, you want to double your income, then you could indeed just work twice as much or have twice as much customers as you previously have, at double the amount of customers. You could do that. But if you want to take a quantum leap and you say, for example, I want to 10x my income, then you will not get there by doing 10 times more work, because you just don't have enough hours in a day to do 10 times more work. So then in that case, you will have to radically change up what you're doing and think about drastic changes and making other moves that will get you there. So it does make sense. So it's actually what Bryce Pritchett calls the point of diminishing returns. What actually means is there's a specific point when you try harder that it just produces less results. So that's the point. And actually I dig that kind of thinking. I do believe, after thinking about it a bit, that indeed trying harder is not necessarily the way to take quantum leaps. So maybe you think that as well. Okay, good, I get the idea, I dig it, but what should I do then if trying harder is not necessarily the way forward? And so what Bryce Pritchett in the book actually talks about is, think about what you're doing right now, think about being ruthless about trying something completely different, and look for a paradoxical move, not the logical move. Try being illogical, second guess your routines, set new patterns, and he states like the solution is typically something very simple. So okay, makes sense, but for me this is not practical enough. I'm a practical person, maybe you think that as well. So I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking about growing this channel and how to take quantum leaps, and what should that be, what should my quantum leap step be, and I'm gonna be honest, I still haven't figured it out. So I'm still thinking about it. And I'm a practical person, and you might be a practical person as well. So you might think like, okay, how can I make this a bit more practical? So I've gathered, or I've written down a couple of questions that I will be thinking about that can maybe help you out to think about your quantum leap forward. So here are the questions that might help. So what are you doing that isn't working anymore? What is a logical move you're taking right now? And what is a complete opposite you could do? And then the third one, what are you currently doing because you've always done it this way, or because that's how it's done? And how would a child or someone without knowledge do it? So I hope this story has sparked some ideas and make you think about your own quantum leap in any domain that you want to move forward in. So if you have a brilliant idea, please feel free or share it in the comments. That maybe help me out as well. Or if you have an idea for my quantum leap, feel free to add it in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, then I trust that you will like this video, that you give it a thumbs up. And if you feel like it, you can always subscribe for more Sunday ID sparking stories. So thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.